I would describe The Spy Who Dumped Me as very loosely a combination of all the things you love about a movie like Bridesmaids with the things you love about a movie like Born. If that sounds impossible, I hope you'll see the movie to find out that it isn't. But basically it's two female friends, best friends. They're each other's person, they're each other's rock. They start having what could normally lead to just a tiny indie movie about two best friends that goes off the rails when one of them meets up with her ex-boyfriend and he's assassinated in front of her, and she realizes he had a secret life as a spy and sends her on one mission as his dying wish. And so the girls jet off to Europe, and then it becomes kind of a North by Northwest caper. Well, Audrey is sort of the relatable every girl of the movie. She's our way in. And we really wanted her to feel real, grounded, smart, confident in some ways but not in others. And one area where she's underestimated herself is just in the sense that she doesn't know what she's excellent at, but she doesn't want to do anything if she can't be excellent at it, which is kind of a neurotic but relatable issue. So Audrey's the every girl, Morgan is sort of the more outlandish, confident one. And Audrey is someone who doesn't know what her niche is, and she doesn't know what she's good at or if she can be great. And Morgan is someone who is fully convinced that she's great, but needs the world to give her the opportunity to show that. My previous experiences as a director were in small, character-driven comedy and drama. My first film was a small, independent movie about two friends that was very observational and had a lot of talking and a lot of people sitting around apartments. And this was the exact opposite. It was like a crazy road trip through Europe with car chases and fake guns and explosions and giant movie stars. So it was very intimidating. But the experience of directing the action in this movie was wonderful. I had a great stunt coordinator who was very much my partner in that. And I brought to the table this sort of indie movie, pro-woman comedy aesthetic that, as a person who'd worked on the Bond and Bourne movies, he was completely not used to collaborating with someone who brought that energy. So what ended up happening was this great dynamic between us that I think led to us having a great time on the set. I met David at a friend's dinner party, and we started talking about our individual careers that we'd both been like fostering for, a decade plus. And we decided to write this movie together because we both felt we'd been boxed in by these smaller movies that we'd each written that were getting increasingly hard to find support for. And we both started writing movies because we had a love for big spectacles and a big cinematic experience, and like the idea that we'd make a movie that people would see in groups and have that community building experience of seeing a movie. But the reality is that we wrote these small movies that were more of a kind of a Netflix trajectory. And so we really wanted to see if we could take our love for character development and observational humor and put it into a giant framework that would kind of bring people in. Yeah. So that was our plan. Working together was great. And our goal for this movie was just to tell a story where the women were real, and the characters were real people that were recognizable and relatable, even though they're in a completely ridiculous situation, and see what would happen.